People get in our industry carried away with things like credit and balance sheets. Balance sheets don't pay rent, right? People pay rent in buildings in good locations at the fair price pay rent. At the end of the day, as an investor, you own 4 walls that you need to charge rent for. And if you can be the low cost provider of that space, you will lease out. If you cannot, you will not. A credit rating cannot solve that solution for you. And I think that's just mostly misunderstood. And I think it masks a lot of poor investment decisions. All the mistakes I've seen investors make in real estate have been more around credit and not getting into the fundamentals of like, hey, does this location work? Does it make money? Does this tenant know how to make money? Do they understand the business? If you don't understand how the tenant is making money as an investor, you probably shouldn't buy it, because if they don't make money, they can't pay rent. If you understand how they're making money, then you can understand the risk falls of why they may not, what will work, what won't work, what the real dangers are. As an industry, there's no product type that controls more good real estate at that low of a price. And that's the business we're in, is the real estate business. We're not in the credit business. We're not in the balance sheet business. We're in the buildings business. And so are our clients. And so as long as you keep that in mind, the industry will be there.
Investors should retain a strong environmental consultant when considering acquiring gas stations. It's super important to have a clean phase 1, potentially consider doing a phase 2 where you'll actually drill into the ground, analyze what the dirt particles look like as to how contaminated or not they might be. And depending on those readings really probably dictates whether or not to do the deal. Depending on the lease form, you can mitigate the risks almost entirely by pushing all responsibilities off to the tenant, whereas the tenant will have to do quarterly or monthly state inspections that are heavily regulated, so long as you do the upfront landlord environmental risk assessments such as a phase 1 and phase 2.
The other risk factor in the industry is you do have an industry that's always evolving. Fuel is a commodity. The government is trying to, for the planet's sake, move people towards lower emission solutions. You got to mitigate your risks and manage around it. Have insurance, be with an expert who can do that stuff for you. But at the end of the day, you got to remember you own a building. This isn't a stock, this isn't a bond, this isn't a piece of paper. Your collateral is that building, whether that person's there or not.